Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, I'm so excited today. Look where I am. I'm back home, and look what was here when I got home. I treated myself to a special little Christmas gift, but it didn't get here till today. But do you guys recognize this? Some of you who are into art probably already know what this is. But this is a lithograph of a very famous Picasso painting. And this is called Still Life with Fish by Picasso. And I think it was done in, I don't remember the date. I think this one was done in like the 1920s. But I am just gaga for Picasso. So I had to show you my newest piece in my Picasso art collection. Isn't that great? This piece was actually made in the 1950s. And it's framed and it's done like a silk screen. It's not just a poster. It's like on a board, like a kind of a canvas on a board that's silk screens. Really lovely. Anyways, I had to show it to you. Speaking of paintings, I used to do some painting back in the day, and that's one of my goals this year. So I'm going to start doing paintings again, and I hope that you guys will join me. I'm going to probably do some videos where I set up the canvas and start painting. Would you guys like that? I had this feeling I could channel some painters, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to do channeled paintings, so definitely keep it here. We got a lot coming in this new year. So, well, I'm just so glad you're here, and I want to say thank you to all of you who were patient with me. This last week our schedule was a little different. We didn't have all our regular normal videos because of the holiday, but I did try to get out videos every day for you guys, and you guys seem to really enjoy it. And if you haven't been around the last week, you got a lot to see. We had I went to the beach, and we had a beach trip video, and we had Saturday night seance, and yesterday I did a Christmas day with Psychic Bob. It's just a vlog, like hanging out with me at my house all day. So if you didn't see those videos, definitely check them out. They're all in the queue before this one. Well, here we are. It's time for messages from the spirit world, and I love messages from the spirit world because I am, for those of you who may not know, a full-time professional psychic medium. That's right, I do full-time private readings. And the new year is a wonderful time to invest in a reading for yourself. I've been doing readings for over 20 years. And, for those of you who've had private readings, you can tell people below what it's like. But in a private reading, it's you and me, one-on-one for a full hour. And we're going to cover everything, your past, your present, your future, your spirit guides, messages from them. Deceased loved ones come through, we have messages from them. We look at your past lives, your karmic links, your life themes, your mission, all of that. And then part of the private reading, I also answer all of your questions. So I cover a lot of information, and I'd love the chance to have a private reading with you. If you want to get on my schedule for a private reading, you can call my office at 571-483-2112. I'll put the phone number in the info box below, as well as the link to my website. But I'd love to read for you guys. Well, I'm just glad you're here. I'm glad to be home. I love being with my mom, but there's nothing like coming home to your own bed and your own kind of home. You know what I mean? Well, it feels good to be back. And we're going to do some messages today. Now, for those of you who are new here, this is what we do for this. I get hundreds of letters. I have to be honest, I get hundreds of letters. I try to read all the mail. I don't always have time to answer everybody, but I do read all the letters. And I grab a bunch of letters each week as spirit leads, and we do messages from the spirit world. So we're going to go through some letters today, and I want you to listen up. Now, if I don't answer your question, please don't be angry at me. It may be in a future video. As I said, I get hundreds of letters a month, and I can't always answer every single one. If you have a pressing need that's urgent, you really need some spiritual guidance, you may want to invest in a private reading with me. Or you can also, every week we do horoscopes. Now this week we didn't have horoscopes, but we'll have it next week. And every week I do horoscopes, which gives you a psychic snapshot of the week, as well as individual information for your life for that week, for each zodiac sign. So that's another option for you. And I really appreciate you being here. And I always say it, but it's true. Listen to all of the letters. You never know when spirit will work through somebody else's letter to give you insight and wisdom and help. The spirit people want to help as many people as they can. And I really believe that sometimes they make certain letters just come up to the top of the pile because they want those letters read, because they know that there are 3 or 5 or 6, 10 people around the country that have the exact situation. So the spirit can work through other people's letters. So be open to that, okay? Well, I thank you for your support. I'm so glad you're here. And we're going to go through all the letters here. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. I've been talking a lot this week. And I am really thankful for y'all being here. So, before we get into the letters, let's just take a moment. Let's center ourselves. Let's settle down. Let's just close our eyes for a minute. Let's attune to the spirit world. Okay. My spirit guide, Fletcher, is back here, and he says hello. All right, our first letter today is from Mama Bird. Hello, Mama Bird. She's a longtime regular viewer here. Mama Bird writes, says, Bob, can you ask the spirits for their thoughts on incarnate angels? Thank you for being you. Love, Mama Bird. Hi, Mama Bird. Great question. Well, now, some psychics are going to disagree with me on this, and that's okay. But I have to tell you, it's been my experience, and my spirit guides I worked with have said similar things about what I'm about to say. When we talk about the spirit world, there are different classes of beings. There's a common myth that when people die, they go to heaven and become angels. That's not really true. Human spirits are a spirit distinct unto themselves, and you don't change from a human into an angel. Angel spirits, likewise, are spirits that are distinct unto themselves. You could think of them as different races of beings. And the difference is that humans are spirits who incarnate on the earth regularly. Angels do not incarnate. They are pure spirit. They've never lived in a body and had an experience of mortality as we do. Meaning they're not born, they don't die. They live eternally. Now, where this gets confusing is that angels can, for a short period of time, become incarnate. That means they can enter into the earth and take on physical bodies. But these are bodies that they create rather than that they're born into. And so these bodies that are created are kind of etheric bodies, similar to what you see at a seance when a spirit materializes. And it means that the form, the substance of the body is a temporary physical form. And when they're done with that, they literally just dissolve the body and they return back to the spirit world. And so in terms of angels being incarnate for angels is actually a temporary thing. Generally, an angel will be incarnate just to complete an assignment, to help somebody in distress. There have been a lot of tales of where angels have come and helped people. Maybe it's like a blizzard and their car is broken, they're stranded on the road, and a man will drive up in a car and get out and help them. Well, that's an incarnate angel. And I had an incarnate angel experience actually once in my own life. I had been traveling. I was going to my parents, and they lived in a different place than they do now. And I was literally going through a mountain road, a mountain pass. I was all alone. The sun was setting, and my car went out. My engine went out. And this was in the days before everybody had cell phones. I mean, cell phones were around, but they weren't common as much as they are now. And I didn't have a cell phone. And I was like, my God, I'm in the middle of the mountains. It's getting freezing cold. My car's out. I have no heat. It was kind of dangerous. I mean, it was a scary situation. I'm not going to lie. And you know what the interesting thing is? I'm so thankful that I've practiced spirituality for so many years. I knew, I better pray about this. So I was getting a little nervous. I thought, oh, what am I going to do? Nobody knows where I am. Nobody has to get to me. I was literally in these isolated mountains in Virginia. Blue Ridge Mountains, if you guys know what that's like. The Blue Ridge at nighttime when there's nobody around. Scary. So I started praying. Well, out of the blue comes this bright fluorescent orange, and I'm not joking, fluorescent orange Volkswagen Beetle. And it had flowers painted on it, like a hippie car. And I thought, what is this strange car? And now the car pulled right up next to me, and a guy got out. He was dressed, I'm not making this up, as crazy as it sounds. He was dressed all in white with white sandals, and he had a beard. He looked like Jesus. He wasn't Jesus, but he certainly looked like Jesus. And he walks up to me with a cell phone in hand. He goes, hey, man, it looks like you have some problem. Who can I call for you? And I said, oh, my God. And now you want to hear, this is what's amazing. So I said, well, I don't know who to call. I don't know if I should call a tow truck. I don't know where I am. My parents are about half an hour away yet. I said, I'll call my mom's house. So I said, can I call my mom's house? He said, no problem. So he handed me a phone. I called my mom. Just as my father picks up the phone, guess who is in the driveway of my father's house? A friend of his who owned a tow truck. The friend was driving down the street and just had an inkling he should stop by and say hi to my dad. He hadn't made any plans to visit, but just then, when I called, he was there with my dad, with his tow truck. And they came and got my car and took it to the garage and got it fixed. But you see, and then that man in the white, like he had like a long, kind of like a hippie dashiki shirt all in white on, with long hair. I handed him back his cell phone. He got in his car and he said, blessings, man, blessings. And just drove away. It was the strangest thing, but that was an angel. That was an angel. Now, he took on a physical form temporarily. And I never saw him. And it's funny because the car started driving away and I looked down. So when I looked up, because it was like a long, steep hill down from where I was, the car was gone. So I don't know. Very strange. But anyway, so that's an incarnate angel. Okay? I hope that answers your questions. Thank you so much. All right, our next letter. Pirates of the Caribbean. Hi, Bob. I was wondering if you have any information regarding my sister Robin and her marriage. I sense some issues around them. Do you see a divorce in the near future? Thank you for your guidance. Hi, Pirates of the Caribbean. Let me step into the vibration around your sister and her marriage. Give me just a minute. Yeah. You know, I have to tell you, when I walk into that frequency, I'm getting a lot of dark blue light around your sister, and I'm getting a lot of black light around her husband. Now, black light does not mean he's evil. Okay, this is not a judgment. It's just an energy pattern. What this means is that she's really feeling stuck right now in the marriage, and she's very depressed. And I have to tell you, I feel that her husband is even more stuck and depressed. And I feel like he's shutting down emotionally and blocking connection with anybody. And so there's no communication between them. I have to be honest, and I don't like to be doom and gloom, but at this point, it does look like they're going to divorce because I don't see any healing colors around them. What I want you to do, though, is work to help her get into some counseling because I feel like she is so weighted down, depression, it's almost like her life's frozen. And that's a terrible place to be. And I feel like her husband is in such a deep void that he's not able to reach across her nor her to him. It's almost like they're in the same house, but they might as well be on opposite ends of the world. There's just no connection mentally or spiritually, no communication. And this is a problem. And I feel like the breakdown, the marriage has already occurred. And I don't want to say it can never be repaired, but at this point, unless she gets some help, it's not going to be repaired. He needs help too, but I feel like he's going to block receiving help. And if he won't go to counseling and get help, there's not going to be a future for them. Okay? So your work right now, your spiritual work, is to be present. Get her to talk. Make her talk about everything. I feel like she's holding stuff in. And she'll just say, well, you know, we're having a little rough patch. We'll get through it. Don't worry about it. Though it's a lot deeper. And I want you to get her to come out with it, share her heart, share her feelings, share her emotion, and help her to learn to know that it's okay to say how she feels. Help get that out. Help her to get some healing, some good therapy, okay? And then we'll work on the husband. But that's your ability right now is with her, okay? So at this point, I do see irreparable damage in the marriage. I'm not getting, I'm sorry to say, I'm not getting strong healing energies at this time. Doesn't mean it can't ever be fixed, but in the short term, I see a separation coming in. And as much as you guys can support her and help her and let her know it's okay to take care of herself, that will be for the best, okay? Anyways, I'm sorry to give you a depressing reading, but I want to be honest with you, and I hope it will help you to help her. Okay. Let me know what happens. Thanks for writing. Blessings to you and her. Tim King. Hello, Tim. Tim's been here a lot of years. Tim writes and says, Merry Christmas, Bob. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you. Tim writes and says, Bob, do you see marriage for me in 2018? Thanks, Tim. You know, Tim, I do. I feel like your heart and soul are in a unified place now. And I feel like there's love all around you. I want you to watch. I keep seeing the fall around September, October, going to be the marriage time for you. So I feel like you're in a place now where you're ready to move forward in a relationship and make that a real possibility. Oops, my light just went out. Hold on, I open our blinds here. This light shorts out sometimes. So, yes, Tim, to answer your question, I do see marriage in 2018 to be around the fall. Okay? Let me know how it goes. Thanks for writing. All right. Our next letter is from Billy Mayer. Hey, Billy. Billy writes and says, Hi, Bob. I was wondering why I came here to planet Earth. I feel stuck in life and I feel like all hope is lost. What insights do the forces of light have to tell me for the new year? Hi, Billy. You know, a lot of people are feeling stuck right now. When you say you feel stuck and you're wondering about it all, I can understand that. And first of all, I want to tell you, don't feel bad about feeling that way. This human life is very challenging. But I can tell you from a spirit side, you are a great hero because you came into the earth. There are a lot of souls who are too scared to come into the earth because they can't take on the challenges. But from the spirit side, you are amazing. You're a hero. You really are. And I want to let you know that. You know, why you came here is actually connected to your life themes. And one of your life themes is actually that of a spirituality theme. And as a spirituality theme, this means that you're going to do work that is connected to explorations of the soul. You have a spirituality theme, you also have a communicator theme. And I feel that you are naturally very much a channel, and that the spirit world wants to channel through you. They want to write through you, to create through you. In the coming years, I see a lot of travel around you. I see a connection with Thailand. I also see a connection with Japan and India. And I think that you will travel and discover the world of spirit through the eyes of other cultures. And so you're here to discover how other people connect to the divine. And in so doing, you will discover your own connection to the divine. You know, you're an old soul. You've been around a lot of times. And right now you feel frustrated because, well, you're in a holding pattern. You know, this last year for you has been a lot of stop and starts and things haven't panned out. But I see 2018 as a time of transition for you. As we get into around the beginning of March of 2018, I see some opportunities that are related to education around you. I feel that there may be some classes you're going to take, could be connected to like anthropology or ancient cultures or world religions, something like this. And I want you to be open to going to doing some schooling. Schooling will remind you why you've come. And you know, we all get down here and we forget why we're here. So don't feel bad about that. That's just kind of part of being human. But I can tell you that this upcoming 2018 has made your life shift for you, and education's a big part of it. So I want you to explore the world religions. I want you to explore classes in anthropology or ancient cultures, things like this. I might even want to take an archaeology class. That might be fascinating. But I do see travel around you. Fletcher said there's a connection for you also with South America, with the ancient Mayan and Incan and Aztec cultures. So you will do some travel to Mexico as well as on down to Peru to Machu Picchu in the next year. So a lot of things happening. But I want you to start every day with some meditation and with some prayer balance your energy, connect to your higher self. As we get into January, February, your energy will pick up, and by March, this reading will make sense to you, okay? I hope that helps. Don't give in to despair. Remember, like I always say, when we feel a time of despair or fear, don't give in to it. Just pause and look to the stars. Remember that the power of the zodiac guides us. So you might want to even do some research on astrology and the stars. This will help you understand that you're connected, and it will bring you peace and help and power. Okay? I hope that helps a little bit. Thanks for writing. Okay, our next letter is from Joanna Montero. Hello, Joanna. And she writes and says, "Hi, Psychic Bob. Are we going to be able to sell our house in the beginning of 2018? We are thinking about this and taking small steps to see what will come along. Will we be able to do some... will we be able to save some money and get a cheaper house that will not need a lot of changes or repairs? Thank you. I'm a long-time viewer here. Hope you remember me." Hi, Joanna. I never forget anybody. And I'm so glad you're back here. And, you know, to answer your questions, I do see a sale for you. I feel like it's probably going to be closer to the beginning of March, end of February, beginning of March is where I'm seeing this. And so I do want you to, you know, go ahead and put your house on the market when you feel you're ready, but I'd try to get it up in January so that it'll be up and seen, and I think you'll get a good offer on it around that time. In terms of another house, I do see a second house coming to you. It does look a little smaller, but it seems like it's already been refurbished, you know. Also, I meant to tell you, in terms of your current house, I would not spend a lot of money on repairs now. The reason why I say that is I feel like somebody's coming in to buy it. I believe it's a guy who may have a background connection with architecture. And I feel like he's looking at your place and he's decided that he's going to redo a lot of the interior. And so don't spend the money to upgrade it because it's going to get taken out anyways. But I do feel like you got a good property and it'll sell around the end of February, beginning of March, okay? And as for the new house, I do see a smaller house for you. It looks like it's already been refurbished. I keep seeing brand new countertops in the kitchen and new like bathroom work. So it looks like it's clean and bright. I don't think you're going to have to do much to it. In terms of location, the new house feels doesn't feel that far away. So I don't think you're going to have to move across the country. I feel like it's within about 5 or 10 miles, okay? So yes, this is going to be a time of change and a successful one at that, okay? I'm so glad you wrote. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. You rock. Well, guys, we have a new tradition here. At the end of messages from the spirit world, I also do spirit shout-outs. And these are shout-outs. These are messages that I give out to people. A lot of times people write to me. They don't even want a question. They're not trying to get a reading. They just write and say, "Hi, I love your channel. Hi, you're watching." But sometimes when I'm reading those letters, Spirit will come in and do something and say something. So I keep a notepad when I read the mail. And I have a few shout outs here for people, okay? Our first message today goes to Lynn Odell. Hi, Lynn. Lynn wrote to me a few weeks ago, and I brought over a lady named Jean around her. And Jean came back to me. Lynn, I have to tell you, Jean gave me more clarification. And she said to tell you, she said, yes, tell her that I am a cousin and that she did meet me when she was little, okay? And she says that she's the one that you remember from years ago. And she wants to let you know she's with you and fine and sending love to you and your family from the spirit world. Okay, so Jean sends her love over. All right. Also have another shout out here for Green Sorceress. Hello, Green Sorceress. You know, I have to tell you, hon, I've been getting messages from the Fae. You have some fairies around you. They're more like elves. They're kind of like, you know, powerful elven beings here. And they're asking me to tell you, they said that they're guiding you now and they're protecting you. And they keep giving me the elven star. And so I think that you're supposed to do some work, a magic work, with the elven star. You know, like wear it or put it up in your house or do a spell with it. But they're asking me to tell you they want to connect with you, the Fae people, the elven people. Okay? I hope that makes some sense. They just popped in earlier and they were like all about it. All right. And our next shout out is for Just D's Creations. Hey, Dee, good to see you, darling. I got to tell you, all day long, I've been having a lady talking to me. And I've been hearing her voice, and she's been laughing. I'm like, who is this? I know this voice, and I can place it. Well, I figured out who she was because she finally told me. She said, I'm just hanging out because I want to talk to Dee. I said, who are you? I know your voice. I can't place you. She said, listen closely. And then I realized it was Marilyn Monroe. So I'm hearing the spirit of Marilyn Monroe. She's asking me to tell you that she's around you and she wants to work with you. She says that you have a channeling gift and she'd like to channel messages through you. She says the reason why she's drawn to you is you had a past life with her, and it was in the 1950s. You were like a chorus girl or a showgirl. I believe you were in the movies. You worked in some of her films with her. You weren't a star in that life, but you did get to know her and you were friends with her. But she's asking me, she says, I want to channel messages through her. So Marilyn Monroe's around you. What can I say? It's just what it is. But she's been talking to me all morning. I hope that makes some sense to you. Well, guys, listen, that's all the time I got for messages today. I am so glad you're here. Thank you for being part of my channel. If you didn't see yesterday's video or my Christmas message the day before, definitely check those out. We also had the seance. We had a lot in the last few days, so definitely check those out and catch up if you haven't. You guys are the best. I love you. Sending blessings to you. It's good to be home, and thanks for being with me the last few days. Listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. You know what that means? Wiccan Wednesday. We'll have something fun and mystical. Make sure to be here. And if you want to help Psychic Bob out, which I really hope you will, you know, like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends, hit subscribe, be part of our channel. We'd love you to be here. You guys are rocking. Well, I'm going to go now and work on, I got to put a wire on this picture, and I'm going to hang it. So I'm going to hang my Picasso. Isn't that fun? I'm crazy about Picasso. Well, guys, listen, we'll see you here tomorrow. Until then, blessed be.